development in a responsible manner, I also want to ensure that we're federally compliant. The reservations that I have with this bill, though, are its potential to impact surrounding communities. I think much of our current law was set up to ensure checks and balances, and while I'm willing to support this bill, I do worry that in granting an exemption, some of those checks and balances may be called into question for surrounding communities such as my own that all border the airport. So with that, I just wanted to express some reservations on this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Representative Thielen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm rising to speak against the bill providing special management area exemptions.
Please proceed.
And it's House Bill 2154. Mr. Speaker, as the measure is supposed to allow the Department of Transportation to go ahead with some airport projects, as the Sierra Club mentioned in its opposition to this measure, that it is overbroad and it's unnecessary. And I quote from them, "The special management area law already has an exemption for emergency projects needed for public health or safety. As written, this measure exempts DOT from permitting for structures and improvements relating to airports that are necessary to comply with FAA regulations. But it could be used to justify any structure based on broad FAA language. The difficulty with creating exemptions to our environmental laws is that once we start with one project, then the demand comes to exempt another department from another project, and the list goes on and on. I just wanted to read to the members the names of the leaders who put together the special management area law 36 years ago. And this bill now starts to dismantle the protections they put in place. And here are the names of those leaders in the legislature: Jean King, Anson Chong, Richard Wong, Francis Wong, Patsy Young, T.C. Yim, Joseph Kuroda, Donald Ching, Mamoru Yamasaki, Duke Kawasaki, George Toyofuku, Donald Nishimura, and John Yoshijima. I think it's a sad day when we in this body, 36 years later, cut holes into what they put into place to protect Hawaii's environment.
Thank you very much. Do we have any further discussion on Standing Committee Report number 761-12? Representative Pine.
I just want to note my strong reservations, and I'd like to use the words of this previous speaker as my own.
So ordered.
And I'd also like to just express some concerns. In the Eva Beach area, we are just across the water from the airport. And there has already been construction in the past that have impacted us greatly, even though it did go through EIS. So I am just a little concerned how that process would take place and if the community would still have involvement in that process. So that's why I have concerns about this bill.
Thank you very much. Representative Takai.